Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti in the Counter-Strike 2 beta limited test. I finally got in! So this one is the Asus ROG Strix version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups, GPU Z, and finally on the left we're pairing it with a Ryzen 7 5800X 3D and 32GB of RAM. And these are very overkill specs, yes, but we're here to see GPU performance, so we don't want to bottleneck it. If you have a slower CPU, you're probably gonna get CPU bound because it's Counter-Strike, but again, GPU performance is what matters for this video. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p resolution using the low settings in the game, so it's more of a competitive experience. I disabled FSR over here, so we're running native 1080p, and let's find a match. So I think we're gonna go casual here because we can throw smokes around and flashbangs and drop our FPS that way, but I can't really choose the map unfortunately, so we're just gonna play with whatever we get, okay? Later on when the game fully releases and I can actually choose a map, I will revisit all of these cards that I'm testing right now in the limited beta. Oh, it's this too! Great stuff! Alright, the match just started. I'm gonna start counting our FPS. We're seeing somebody else play right now. Getting 200s here, so I guess for a 144Hz monitor, the 1050 Ti is still enough in CS2. Getting 200s here in short as well. Actually, can probably fly around. Yeah, there we go. This is pretty interesting. See the FPS right here, a little bit of a stutter there at the end, but from what I've played, the game is extremely smooth, which is very nice. And we're finally here. I'm gonna go with the AK, buy a smoke, buy a flashbang, buy a Molotov as well, and let's throw this out. Woo! At the beginning of the round, by the way, FPS dropped like crazy with everybody alive and looking in this direction. Holy crap, okay. This is a little bit more intensive than I thought it would be. I'm gonna throw the smoke right here. And now shoot through it, because this is the new thing about CS2. One of the new things, of course. You can actually perforate the smoke and see through it. And now that everybody died, we're actually getting way higher FPS. Looking in this direction as well. Oh, okay, that was just... Yeah, things get pretty intensive looking at some areas of the map. For example, if I look in this direction, of course, it gets 200, same as inside of there. But if I look towards the middle of the map, it actually drops like crazy. That's insane. Right, I'm just gonna throw this out. Fire effects on low look pretty questionable. Pretty bad, I would say. All right. We're good, though. It dropped from 100 frames per second there, and it was noticeable. I could feel the slowdown because I'm using 120 hertz right here. All right, let's see. It's all good, it's all good. Let's go, bye. Guys. Okay. Thank God for the Galil. We got a ton of bullets here. All right, there's a flashbang. Let's go. Oh, come on. Yeah, I can definitely say that the FPS compared to CSGO are definitely a lot lower, because I think the 1050 Ti at low settings and 1080p could get like 200 plus easily. That was a very easy game to run. Now it's getting 160 on average with 1% lows in the 80s. We saw a lot of smokes already, fire effects. I would say it's very playable still, for sure, and even good for a competitive experience if you have a high refresh rate monitor. But again, in some very specific scenarios, you're gonna feel those little slowdowns here and there on a high refresh rate panel, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop down the resolution to 720p. For those more competitive players out there, you might do this to achieve more FPS. All right, here we go. 1280 by 720 is now the res, using exactly the same settings right here. Over here, we're up into the 140s from what, like 120 FPS at 1080p. You know, the difference isn't really all that big, honestly, guys. I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger between 720 and 1080. Of course, the CPU is managing 99% utilization all of the time from this GPU. So it's a full GPU bottleneck scenario here. Come on, nice headshot right there. A little bit of a fire effect here from our teammate, so we shouldn't die. Yep. Saw the FPS there. I was trying to find the health, actually. Anyways. I'm gonna throw the smoke at the beginning of the round in the T-spawn, because this is the most intensive part of the game, apparently. And with smoke effects right here, we are getting 105, lower 100s, basically. So it can still drop from a super high refresh rate experience. You won't really max out a 144Hz monitor at 720p lowest settings in this game. I'm gonna throw the molly right there. Oh! Push through. Okay, there we go. Nice, another one down. How many bullets? 9. Gosh, I'm used to seeing the bottom of the screen, you know, the corner of the screen, and now it's more towards the middle where my microphone is. Anyway, it is pretty good. It dropped to the lower 100s inside of the Molotov. We got a little bit of a skin right here with some stickers. Still looks okay on 720p. Of course, it's CS, so it doesn't really matter much if you got a ton of jagged edges and the low resolution. It's still gonna be okay for competitive play. So next, for those super ultra competitive people, I am actually gonna set it to 4x3 and 1024x768. Very popular res right here. Here we go. This is it. Still using the same settings. And maybe a little bit later on here, I will probably check it out with FSR at 1080p. Because I haven't really checked how that looks or how that plays. What the hell are you doing here? Seriously? He was like right there, probably waiting for somebody else to come through, I guess. Okay, let's see. Oh, I was the last one alive. Oh gosh. That was terrible. I didn't even notice. But yeah, FPS should be pretty similar to what we saw at 720p, maybe slightly higher, because these two resolutions aren't really that different, honestly. So instead of... No, we're still seeing 150s right here. That's exactly the same as we saw previously. Let's see it inside of the smoke, though, or on the corner of the smoke, because inside it should be... Oh, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, now it's gotta render all of the particles, so yeah. It drops into the 130s. It might drop a little bit further if you, like, zoom into it, for example. But it's okay. But yeah, since everything is so much more pixelated, you can't really see very well whenever you shoot through smokes and stuff. So you're probably at a disadvantage. Oh, this is a nice one. I've never seen this skin before. Haven't played this game in a while, guys, by the way, if you haven't noticed by my gameplay right now. But well, with 230 FPS average, I don't think anybody's gonna complain. Same thing for 720p. I think it also got around these FPS. Ooh, let's zoom into the fire, dropping into the 170s, 180s. Still pretty good. Oh, hello. Oh, come on. It's probably time for us to drop down the resolution even further, because there are people out there playing at 800 by 600. Here we go. 800 by 600. Kind of looks like 8,000. But alright, still on the lowest settings, obviously. Oh, shut up. Stop trying to kick people, dude. You guys are so annoying. Seriously. What the hell? Why? Alright, start counting our FPS. Here we go. So we're getting 170 frames instead of 150-ish at the higher resolutions. Again, I don't think I would play like this. You will be at a little bit of a disadvantage. Can you stop? You will be at a bit of a disadvantage, because now I can't even see their heads properly and stuff. Up to 300 frames per second right here. Alright, hi. How's it going? Hello. Alright, got him. Nice stuff. These guys, why weren't they expecting anybody? Oh boy. Oh, nice! Yeah, I totally forgot. You can throw grenades and the smoke will be gone. Also, something that I noticed, and it bothers me quite a bit, is I usually double scoped by holding down the button, and now it's not possible, at least without going into the settings. I haven't really checked, though. I just hopped into the game to check it out, check performance and stuff. But yeah, it's something that I noticed right away. I usually zoomed in by holding, and now I can't really do that anymore. Also, we can see the smoke right here, dropping to about the same values as we saw in T-spawn. Okay, so what I'm doing next is I'm playing at 1080p again. But I want to check it out with some resolution scaling, as I told you, the FSR stuff. I still haven't done that, though. So, yeah, I just applied 1080p and hopped into the game, because The guys were waiting for me. I had the bomb and everything. I'm really curious to see how FSR looks here. It's FSR 1, so it's probably not gonna look very good, honestly. Yeah, that's really over-sharpened and shimmery. Okay, gets a little bit more FPS. I was seeing like 100-ish, lower 100s looking at the middle there. So we got about 10 or 20 more frames per second than native resolution, but again, it's FSR 1. If it was FSR 2, it might have looked a little bit better. Maybe the upcoming FSR 3 is gonna be here. I don't know, of course. Oh, this is nice now. See that? Oh, that was pretty cool. I liked it. Let's throw the flashbang right now. Let's go. Oh, come on. But yeah, even with FSR on Ultra Quality here, it's not a super high refresh rate experience all of the time yet, because the FPS are still hovering around 130 on the averages, and they still drop from 100 every now and again. Why did they want to kick the poor guy, you know? Yes, he killed 5 and died 12, but we don't need to kick them. This is casual, dudes. Just chill out and enjoy the game for a second. What the heck? I'm actually gonna try it on quality next. There we go. Quality FSR is now applied. It's even looking worse, of course, but what matters is our FPS in this game. It's getting 120, so we gained about like 10 frames per second, I guess, coming from ultra quality FSR. And that's all right. You know, it's still not a super high refresh rate experience all of the time, but it is passable for sure. Guys, come on. Oh my god, that was absolutely terrible. See, this is why I say that resolution matters a bit, because I'm only seeing a few pixels here. Oh my god, I was the last one. I'm so sorry, people. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the face of the bastards from far away. It's just some amount of pixels there, especially with FSR. It makes it pretty difficult, so I wouldn't use FSR whatsoever. Alright guys, lastly I hopped into a bot match just to show you the map Inferno, because I'm really curious to see the FPS here. It's set to FSR off, low settings, 1080p, okay? It seems like it's actually a little bit better than what we saw in the Dust 2. Maybe this map is a little bit more optimized. I kind of want to see the smoke effects and so on here in this map, but yeah, performance at native 1080p using the 1050 Ti in Inferno seems to be pretty dang good. Okay, with the smoke, the fire effects actually, it drops into the low 100s, and throwing the smoke, it drops into the 90s. So inside of smokes, it doesn't really matter which map you're on. It's always going to drop quite a bit over here. Not as much as CSGO, I believe, but still. That's been it for this one, my friends. Thank you very much for watching it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what GPU you want to see tested in CS2 next. And I'll be back soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.